السلام عليكم. أهلا بكم في معهد دمشق.
السلام عليكم. كيف حالكم? How are you all? لعلكم بخير. I hope you're all well. So today we'll be learning about irregular verbs. The specific category is the doubled verbs. So هيا بنا إلى الدرس. Let's go to the lesson. Doubled verbs are those where the third root letter is the same as the second root letter. They are one of the simplest forms of irregular verbs to master. The general rule is similar to the rule of hollow verbs and is dependent on the vowel over the third root letter. So the sukoon over the third root letter of the regular verb is equal to the second and third root letters written separately in the doubled verb. The vowel over the third root letter of a regular verb is equal to the second and third root letters written together in a doubled verb. So, for example, the past tense pattern katabu, katabu, they wrote. Katabu, they wrote, has the vowel damma or the u sound. Damma over the third root letter, the ba has a damma over it. So in the doubled verb, the second and third root letters would be written together with a shadda in this pattern. Shakku, which means they doubted, and it comes from the root shak. And raddat, which means she replied, and it comes from the root rad. However, the past tense verb pattern katabna, we wrote, has a sukoon over the third root letter. So in a doubled verb, the second and third root letters would be written separately in this pattern. Shakkakna, we doubted. Raddattu, I replied. The same rule applies to the present tense. You can look back at the first video if you need to remind yourself of the patterns of the regular verbs. As most parts of the present tense have a vowel over the third root letter, this means that you will see the root letters in a doubled verb written together in most cases. In addition, the middle vowel of the present tense, mostly dhamma in doubled verbs, shifts back over the first root letter. For example, awaddu, I would like, awaddu an ashkuruka ala khitabika al-akhir, I'd like to thank you for your last letter. Or سأمدك بمعلومات التي طلبتها فورا, I will send you the information you requested immediately. So here is the table summarizing the past and the present patterns for doubled verbs, and it will be a good exercise based on this pattern. So now we have this pattern, which is radda yaruddu. Radda yaruddu, and ana becomes raddattu, and in the present tense it becomes aruddu. Anta raddatta, anta taruddu, anti raddatti, anti taruddina, huwa radda, huwa yaruddu, hiya raddat, hiya taruddu, nahnu raddadna, nahnu naruddu, antum raddattum, antum tarudduna, antunna raddattunna, antunna tardudna, hum raddu, hum yarudduna, hunna raddadna, hunna yardudna. So a final cautionary note about doubled verbs. Many spoken dialects treat these verbs in past like the verbs with ya as the final root letter. This means that many native speakers would say radayna for we replied rather than grammatically correct radadna. They will say radayna. In fact, this is also a common written error among the native speakers. This can be confusing to a learner and is worth a special mention. So, here is the summary of doubled verbs. Doubled verbs have the same second and third root letter. There are simple rules governing these verbs, how they behave. The doubled root letters are written separately if a third root letter has a sukoon over it, and written together if it does not. So, this is all from today's lesson. I hope you liked the lesson. Subscribe to the YouTube channel and comment if you have any questions below. Ma'as salam.